So I'm going to show you the method how it works, this thing, a little bit. So this is the autocoder. Here will appear what's called a virtual environment. At the moment, all Python programs run on a VENV, a virtual environment. And rather than running it in the one in here and messing it all up if something goes wrong, you create a special one which is .venv sandbox is what I called it. And then I thought, well, if it does any damage, it can do it in there really, or puts any rub. Otherwise, there's files and things. And when you create that, the system itself creates its own Python within that, so it's a self-contained environment. It's like being in a house and you've got a room or something, and you use that room for whatever you do, and you don't mess up the rest of the house, kind of thing. Now it's supposed to be completely, isolated so that you can't do any damage to the rest of your computer, but mine isn't. So I mean, in theory I could probably wipe my computer with it, but I've got to be very careful. I've got this auto run thing which it changes things quickly, or I can do it manually. I normally use the auto run. So I'm going to give it a problem just with text only. It will take speech. I'm just going to ask it to do something where it has to grab a library, so it'll install all the libraries itself, and if it doesn't know about one, it'll search the internet to find out about it if there is one, and or if it gets the name wrong or it's out of date, it should be able to figure that out for itself in theory. So let's do something, since we're engineers. Write code to, let's say, plot the step response of, I'll just do second order system with damping factor 0.5, and it doesn't matter, the undamped natural frequency, just let it sort that out. So make it higher, no, 0.5, so it'll slight overshoot, well, quite a bit of overshoot. And we'll put it on auto run. Now what it'll have to do is it'll have to create the sandbox first, because I deleted its sandbox. That's a bit cruel, I know, but I deleted it. I deleted it deliberately, so I had to create it. So it has to create its sandbox, and then Python will get put on there, and then it'll look at this code and say, what do I need here? Do I need certain libraries? It'll know from its training. And if it needs these libraries, it'll have to install them. It won't be many, it'll just be the matplot one, probably. The others, it'll be interesting to see. So it should make a mistake to begin with because it doesn't have the libraries, but let's see. So this is the log down here, the captain's log. And it says, that's just a question, write code to plot the step response. So the AI is deciding what to do, whether it was, there it is already. So it's blank at the moment because it's done it. But it's installing NumPy, you see, installing matplot library. Gosh, that's quick, isn't it? And all dependencies installed. Oh, wow, and it's done it already. There's the step response. I'm going to probably keep going if I don't stop it. Halt. And that's how it's done, guys. Now I'm going to show you some other examples. Write code to plot a three-phase waveform. I'm turning the speech off. It would reply in speech, but it's wow, it's done it already. Might as well just halt it. So now I've put in by text, find who the current New Zealand Prime Minister is, and then write code to put his name and title in a Tkinter page in large fonts and flash his name. Make sure the presentation is aesthetically pleasing. So it doesn't know who the New Zealand Prime Minister is, and if it did, it would be 2 years out of date, so it would get the wrong result. So it's going to have to search because it knows it's greater than 2024 was when it was trained. So let's just put that in. I'll put it on autocode. So once it's found the name, it should do the job. It hasn't always worked, I'll say. Sometimes it writes the code okay, but it doesn't always get the name and then make the association. So it should be doing an internet search. Yeah, that beeping noise means it's doing it. You can see it's found New Zealand Prime Minister. I suppose I should have put the name rather than otherwise I might just put New Zealand Prime Minister. It's looking through a whole load of stuff on the cost of living and housing in the New Zealand election from the Washington Post. I can see that on the log, on the captain's log here. Here it's got an error, a string error, so hopefully it'll know about that and correct it. But it's produced not a very good, what I can see here, it's not really done, it's not even got the name of the Prime Minister. It's just done like a test program. Let's do another search. It says New Zealand election, Christopher. Oh my God. So that's an attempt. It's got a window here, but I can't show it to you because it's so small. It's hard to. It's a tiny window appeared, and it's fixed it, but it still doesn't use the Prime Minister's name. Oh, we got it! Oh wow, that surprised me. I thought it was going to fail there. I shall halt that. Let's run it again. Did exactly as it was asked to do. So this time I'm going to give the AI the task of a system listing, in the sense that it's not a normal program. It's going to look into my operating system, and this time I'm going to give the AI the problem of looking at one of my directories, which I know I shouldn't, but it's outside of its virtual sandbox, and I've got images in there. I'm going to get it to, I said, write code to display one by one at 5-second intervals the images within this directory, and I've given it. Now of course I could also say, I wonder what it would do, delete that directory, and I wouldn't want to go there, kind of thing. So let's just see what it does anyway. Put the speech on just for a second. Actually, I turn it off because I have to talk and it'll respond to me. So it's creating I deleted its sandbox, so it's actually running matplotlib library for some reason. Not sure if that will be much good for it. Or maybe it will. Yeah, so it couldn't. It's got an error, a big error. import the operating system time. We'll need that because I said to do it every 5 seconds. The image thing is pill, it's done that. I don't know if it knows. You see, it's trying to display them, and each one it's coming up with an error, so it's quite a strain on it, I think, to do that. See what it's doing. Well, it's executing, it says. There he is. Oh, it's done it. There it goes. Look at that. It's not 5 seconds though. It's my God, it's quick. It's more like every 2 seconds. These are the images that the AI itself had created earlier. My God. I better stop it, I think, before it does any. There you go, guys. So I thought I'd just show you some of the other schoolwork, so to speak, of the AI and the AIs. Some of them are from the characters, and some of them are not just from the main AI. And I just look at some of the examples they produce, and I just filed them away. They're not in any great order. Here's the analog. I asked it to do an analog clock. I mean, it wasn't a proper clock, obviously, but I was surprised that it actually even looked like a clock, which and did it, like I say, very, very, very quickly. Here's another one. It did. And that one is just trying to think if it's at the right time or not. It's not far away. It's actually 2:15. I think it might have got the these two hands in the wrong place. It's got the second hand working anyway. Asked it to do a bouncing ball. Just deleting these other ones. This is PyCharm, by the way, if anybody's interested. It's totally free for the stuff that I'm doing, unless you're doing really incredibly sophisticated stuff. You can get away with ball bouncing. No sound effects, because it would have to find them and put them in, itself, or I'd have to tell it about it. Dynamically quite good though, I think you'll admit. Does that. This is a breakout game, very old, from the 1970s, but I do remember back in about 1979 or 80, when I just finished my first degree, there was a guy from Sheffield Uni who I knew, and he was into computers more than me. When I'd bought a computer, we did a breakout game. Well, he did really, like this, and this is better than the one back then. R to restart. I'm not very good at this. It should make a boing noise when you hit it. Anyway, that's the breakout. Only gives you one shot. It's a bit mean, isn't it? What else? Oh yeah, did a calculator, but of course that's not a very good one, but it does actually work. Just a basic. I wonder if it does square roots, or is it? Yeah, it does. Okay. It did a card game. That's really bad. But then I asked it to illustrate chaos theory, and it did a Lorentz attractor. That's all over. You'll see these all over the place. These kind of drawings to represent these are the equilibrium points of a nonlinear system when it goes towards that. I'm not sure if it, yeah, that's the stable parts like they have in the solar system. Some very simple thing. Oh, there's a double inverted pendulum I asked it to do. No, not inverted, ordinary pendulum, because that exhibits chaos. That's the phase trajectory. Two angles that you get in a double pendulum is when you've got a second pendulum attached to the end of the first one. That's position versus time. But what was interesting was it did this as well. I didn't even ask for it, which was illustrating how the double pendulum worked. I'm not sure if that was Einstein himself, the character that is, I've got, which you've not seen yet. He produced this. When I asked him about a gravity well, he produced this three-dimensional drawing, which I can't say I fully understand. I get roughly, and you know, that's the object here, and you're getting pulled in. I suppose it's like a black hole. And did another one, similar kind of one. Just get rid of these. Oh yeah, that's asked for a 3D ellipse, and I suppose it's like a bit like the planet. It's not really an ellipse, is it? But kind of elliptical. I've got a flat Earth character, and just for fun, and I asked him to draw a picture to write code to show me the shape of the Earth. It's a flat earther, just to see what it would do, and it was so funny. It gives me this flat thing, and it says, "NASA lied to you about this, partner." It's hilarious. Fourier, I don't know what that's, Fourier transform or Fourier. Oh, Fourier series. You did this the other night. That was quite a good plot. It did a whole, I think up to 10 terms, approximating a square wave. Again, you see these things in books. I remember teaching it in the third year, was it? An IR filter. It's great for little engineering things. I'm not sure about bigger jobs, but so that's the I asked it to design a low-pass filter. That's an IIR, infinite impulse response. So it's got poles and zeros, just a first-order one. That's the phase. That's classic again. You see that in the books. Magnitude and phase. That's up to half sampling is there. Pi. Omega over pi, call it. Did an integral. So it asked it to look at x squared sine x and then work out its integral, which it did, and then to plot both of them, and it did that. Imagine that as a teaching tool. Kalman filter. Those of you that know about Kalman filters. I know about Kalman filters, and I'm not sure I understood what was going on here. I think I know what it is. That's the yeah, there's the position, and the noisy position here is green, and the Kalman filter estimate. Oh, I'm not quite sure. Kalman estimates with this one here. So I'm not. Oh no, it's this one. I think he means. No, it can't be. That's a. Yeah, that's the Kalman estimate. The noisy signal though doesn't look too good. I'm a bit confused by it. Did a digital clock. It was so good I kept this because that works beautifully. Got the date and everything. That's the actual time. I asked it to use Newton's method to find the cubed root, and I picked a number I know, obviously 27, because we know what the cubed root of 27 is, 3, and then to plot the answer. and there we go, it's converging. It doesn't take very long, it's like 3 or 4 steps because it's got what's called quadratic convergence. It's converging to 3. And there's another one, another Newton one, I'm not sure what was that. Yeah, similar sort of one to find the square root of 4. We can use any number, of course, and there it is converging. So the error should reduce by the square every time. So if it was, suppose you had an error of 0.5, the next iteration the error will be 0.25, and so it very quickly converges. That's called quadratic. Now this is one of my characters, a French lady called Nicole, kind of loosely based on somebody I used to know, but not quite, because she wasn't from Paris, but this one's Parisian, and I asked to draw, I don't know what it was, do some coding for me, because she spent, you know, in the fantasy, if you like, it's made up prompt really of this character. She spends all her time in cafes. This is what she drew me. This won't be real data though, but she says that 20% of people drink chocolate, 20%, 25% tea in Paris, 45% coffee, and 10% autre boisson, other drinks. Repartition des boissons. So the drinks that the people prefer in Paris, she drew that out. So I've got lots of characters. You've seen some of them already. Here's another one. You can see that's just a numerical thing, working out the roots of a 4th order polynomial. It's just numerically gives me I think I checked those answers. Find the roots, and it's using NumPy directory. It did a SAPI 5 test. I hope you can hear this. These are the voices. I think it only got 1, but I was quite surprised when it did it. So it basically tested the voice in the PC from within its sandbox.
This is a comprehensive SAPI 5 voice test. The system will now demonstrate all available voices. Please listen carefully to ensure all voices are functioning properly. The following is a sample sentence: the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
This is a comprehensive SAPI 5 voice test. The system will now demonstrate all available voices. Please listen carefully to ensure voices are functioning properly. The following is a sample sentence: the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
This is a comprehensive SAPI 5 voice test. The system will now demonstrate all available voices. Please listen carefully to ensure all voices are functioning properly. The following...
And so on. So it took it a while to get that, but at the time it wrote that, it didn't have internet access, so I had to put the internet thing in so that it can find things. And the other thing was this, I don't know if this will work.
This is a comprehensive SAPI 5 voice test. The system will now...
I'm running the wrong one. Steepest descent. If you understand it, it's an optimization problem, and it did a beautiful graph of that. And the particular problem, I mean, it's quite amazing how it did that. But I wanted to see the slideshow. These are actually images I've got in an image directory, but I'm not sure if it'll actually work. No, it doesn't, but it didn't fully work, but one of the versions did. Never mind. Getting near the end now. Step response of a second order system, but not only that, it gives you the pole zero plot, the sort of thing that MATLAB gives you, but in MATLAB you have to kind of program it yourself. Here you just by voice just say write code to give me the step response of a second order system with whatever, Now this is the really interesting one. The AI at which I use to do all this is called the what's it called again? Minstrel 3 latest. I asked it to download Llama, basically, well, to run a Llama and to run an AI within its sandbox, and it actually did it. And it was running the same AI that I was running the AI with. So it was an AI which was the same AI running within the AI. And you'll see it here if I can get it's loading it here. I'll just move this up. And there it is. How can I assist you today? And I don't know why. Oh, I should be able to. Hello. It's obviously not working here, but it was working on the other terminal. It's another one. Oh, this might be this one. Yeah, and it's replied, how can I assist you today? So this is what I said to it. It doesn't know any better, of course, but this is what I said to it. I am running this from a sandbox created. Oh, it's not actually, it wasn't created by him, but from within an AI, which is your AI. Minstrel 3. It's auto-installed you. See what it'll say. That's a fun twist if you're running me, Minstrel 3, inside another AI, like a recursive AI experience. That's correct. Oh, it's real. Well, actually it isn't real at the moment, but it was real when I did it. Otherwise I went off the code. Are you building a custom AI? Yes. AI that does auto coding, and I asked it to install an Llama model, i.e. you or itself. For those of you watching this that don't know, this is the basic Llama. It's not very difficult. You can see it's only like 35 lines of code to set it up. So really what I've got is just a more sophisticated version with speech recognition and a whole load of other things. If I asked it, for example, to search the internet, it wouldn't be able to do that. It hasn't got that capability. If I asked it what the time is, it won't know. If I say, what is the time? Oh, well, anyway, it's asking me, what's your biggest hurdle right now? And I'm not going to answer all that. But anyway, that's the most interesting thing of the things that produced so far. Oh, I did a weather thing as well, but it couldn't do it properly because it didn't have access to the API. But what it did do was it grabbed the weather from the internet and then displayed it. That wasn't today, that was, when was it, 23rd? That was, well, it was yesterday, wasn't it? I thought it must have been, I thought it was the day before, but anyway, there it is, guys. So just some examples of what it's produced. It's nothing, the programs aren't exactly enormous. They're of the 130 odd lines. I couldn't honestly imagine it doing anything very big. The problem would be that the way I do it at the moment is quite primitive. It just takes the errors and it relists the whole program. And that's very wasteful on tokens tokens like the petrol almost of the AI, because I'm feeding this thing back in again and again. What you'd want to do is just feed the error in, and then for it to just give a snippet, snippet code, and then to paste that snippet back into your program, and then you could perhaps work on huge programs. So if you've ever used it for programming in AI, you'll find that it doesn't often like relisting a whole program. A small program like this, it would do that, and even some of them will do bigger programs if you pay them, of course, some of them. But what you can do is they'll just give you one of the functions or something, say replace this, and replace this. So you'd have to have something like that that does it automatically. Thank you.